Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. This is an educational channel focused on bringing to light some unknown theories, usually theories of everything that very few people know anything about, but they were authored by people who spent their whole life working on it and never really got any credit, never got any recognition, never made any money, but they put together something that I think is powerful. In this case, Dewey B. Larson and his reciprocal system of theory. And this is video number 201 on the reciprocal system of theory, which basically posits a universe of motion. This is Larson's his two postulates that he came up with in the 1950s after a couple decades of research. We live in a universe of motion. The universe is not made out of matter or energy, but it is made out of motion. And motion is the relationship between space and time. The relationship between space and time is a generalized reciprocal relationship, meaning A, that they are identical, while A, that they do not exist, except that except together in motion, but not separately. And motion is basically a fraction with time or space as the numerator and space or time as the denominator. And space or time, space and time, both have their coordinate aspects, their three-dimensionalness, or maybe even more dimensions, and they both have their clock aspects, which is their scalar motion, their a motion that has a magnitude but has no particular direction. Clock time, the clock is always getting later and later and later. Clock space is that the space is always getting farther and farther and farther apart. And then space and time also have their discrete, only come in discrete units. There's a minimum unit of space and a minimum unit of time. They're not continuous, but come in small chunks. Exactly one unit of space in 1 unit of time is the speed of light. So the speed of light is 1 over 1. And that makes the speed of light the midpoint of the universe. One may even say the null point, the reference point, the origin or the ether of this universe. And then there is a half of the universe that is moving slower than the speed of light. That's the half we're familiar with, and the scientists are familiar with. That it's called the material sector. And that was what caused Einstein to say that the speed of light is the maximum speed of the universe. But there's also what Larson calls the cosmic sector. And this is where the scientists don't know anything about this. And in the cosmic sector, everything is moving faster than the speed of light. And the speed of light is the minimum speed of the universe, of that universe. Larson, again, calls that the cosmic sector, and that's where cosmic atoms and cosmic particles and cosmic stars and cosmic galaxies all come from. There is basically a reciprocal relationship between the material and the cosmic sector. So even though we don't know anything about the cosmic sector, we do know about the material sector, and all we have to do is extrapolate to the cosmic sector by reversing the roles of space and time, because they are reciprocals. So exactly what's going on in the material sector is exactly what's going on in the cosmic sector, except with the reversals of space and time. Easy example, in the material sector, we have coordinate space, three-dimensional space, and we have clock time, one-dimensional, scalarly progressing time. In the cosmic sector, we have coordinate time, three-dimensional time, and we have clock space. Space is always getting later and later, and space is always getting farther and farther apart. So that's a reciprocal relationship. We just reverse the roles of space and time. Now we're looking at Larson's book here that's called Nothing But Motion. He came out with this in 1979, and it's really the first book of his trilogy that's called The Structure of the Physical Universe, second edition. And this book is primarily on atomic physics and a little bit of organic chemistry at the end. We are in chapter 15 of this book that is called Cosmic Ray Decay. Now, cosmic ray is a cosmic atom, and a cosmic atom that comes over to the material sector as a result of crossing the speed of light boundary. And that happens generally as a result of being part of a cosmic star or cosmic galaxy that is exploding. The explosion takes it past the speed of light boundary, where it ends up into the material sector. But in the material sector, that cosmic atom is generally unstable because it has too many of the kinds of motion that are not compatible with the material sector. Now, an atom in general, matter in general, is a combination of motions. There are four kinds of motions. There is a translational motion, there is a vibrational motion, there is a rotational motion, and there is a rotational vibration. And these can come in 1, 2, and sometimes 3 dimensions. And various combinations of them make up matter, make up atoms. Really, first, what you need is a simple harmonic motion. That is really the photon. That's at the core of any type of matter. And that simple harmonic motion is a combination of a translational motion and a vibrational motion, going perpendicular to it. So when you combine the two, you get a wave. Now, that's according to Larson. According to some of Larson's followers, that photon actually comes from a birotation, a combination of two counter-rotating motions that also produces a sine wave. So take your pick. We'll go through both theories eventually and see what we decide. But now, once you have that photon, then you rotate it. When you rotate the photon, you can rotate it in 1, 2, or 1 or 2 dimensions, really, and that makes up the atomic matter. So every atom in the periodic table has this 3-component motion notation for Larson. The first number, A, is a 2-dimensional rotation. The second number, B, is a 2-dimensional secondary rotation, and the third number is a 1-dimensional rotation, C. So that's the notation that he uses, and so he's basically trying to extrapolate here to figure out what's going on with the cosmic atoms, which is the same as what's going on in the material sector, except we only see time, we don't see space. I'm sorry, we only see space, we don't see time. And so what's going on in the cosmic sector is the reciprocal of what's going on in the material sector, but from our point of view, the way we observe it, there are some caveats to that. The first of which is that there's something lost in the translation. When we look into the cosmic sector, we do not see everything that's there. We kind of only see what's on the surface. Just like if we're looking at the sun, we don't see the interior of the sun. We just see the surface of the sun. So what we see has to be kind of multiplied to figure out what's really there. And then the second point is that the connection between space and time is a scalar connection. And so what's going on in the cosmic sector, we do not see that as a localized phenomenon. Because the direction in time is not a direction in space. So instead, we see these phenomena from the cosmic sector as isotropic or non-local phenomena. The cosmic atoms appear at random in our environment. They don't have any particular location. Okay, we're going to let Larson take over right now and speak here about cosmic ray decay. And so the decay process, again, is when a cosmic atom comes into the material sector, what happens to it? It's not stable, and so it goes through a series of decays in order to get stable, or transitions in order to get stable. In general, as pointed out in the first edition, the successive steps of the decay process, which the cosmic atoms undergo after their entry, consist of ejections of rotational displacement in the form of massless particles, which continue until the residual cosmic element reaches a status in which it can be transformed into a material structure. Of course, nothing physical can be transformed into something different. Only in the world of magic is that possible. Addition or removal of some constituent can alter a physical entity, but it can be transformed only into some other form of the same thing, as the term itself implies. In the case of the elements, the transformation is made possible by the specific relation between space and time 0 points. As explained in Chapter 12, the difference between a positive speed displacement x and the corresponding negative speed displacement 8 minus x, or 4 minus x in the case of two-dimensional motion, is simply a matter of the orientation of the motion with respect to these space and time 0 points. The rotational motions of the material atoms and particles are all oriented on the basis of the spatial or the positive 0. Because, as noted earlier, it is this orientation that enables the rotational combination to remain in a fixed spatial reference system. Similarly, the cosmic atoms and particles are oriented on the basis of the temporal or the negative 0, and are therefore capable of remaining permanently within a fixed temporal reference system, whereas they have only a transient existence in a spatial system. Transient generally meaning only for 1 unit of time. The only difference between a motion with a positive speed displacement x and one with a negative speed displacement 8 minus x or 4 minus x is in this orientation of the scalar direction. Either can therefore be converted to the other by a directional inversion. For example, if the negative magnetic displacements of the cosmic helium atoms, which is notated as -2 -1 -0, are replaced by the 4 minus x positive values, this inverts the scalar directions of the rotations without altering the nature or magnitude of either of the rotational components. The product, an atom of the material element argon, 230 or 3 dash 2 dash 0 in our usual notation. So therefore, the 4 minus x. So helium is 2 negative 2 dash negative 1 dash 0. If you're using the 4 minus x, then you end up with 3 dash 2 dash 0 in our usual notation, is therefore the same physical object as the cosmic helium atom. It is merely moving in a different scalar direction. Conversion of cosmic helium into argon is nothing more than a change to another form of the same thing, and thus it is a physical possibility that can be accomplished under the right conditions and by appropriate processes. Every atom of either the cosmic or material type in which the speed displacements do not exceed 3 in either of the magnetic dimensions or 7 in the electric dimension has an equivalent oppositely directed structure. This is illustrated in the following table of equivalence of cosmic and material elements of the inert gas series, the elements with no effective displacement in the electric dimension. So with the cosmic system, we have C helium, cosmic helium, that we just went over, negative 2 dash negative 1 dash negative 0, or dash 0. Now with the negatives, I think those are just, you use the absolute value when you're doing the 4 minus x or the 8 minus x. He doesn't really indicate that, but the negative, it doesn't become 6. It's just 3, 2, 0. You switch the order of the primary and the secondary magnetic rotations, or two-dimensional rotations. Then we have neon. Neon actually converts to neon. Cosmic neon converts to material neon. They're both 2, 2, 0. And then we have cosmic argon, negative 3 dash negative 2 dash 0. That converts to helium, 2, 1, 0, or 1, 2, 0. And then we have cosmic krypton, 3 dash 3 negative 3 dash negative 3 dash 0. That converts to 1 dash 1 dash 0, which is 2 neutrons, 2 massless neutrons, which are generally notated as 1/2, 1/2, 0. Okay, so that's kind of summing up the table. It does not follow that a direct conversion of an atom of such an element to the equivalent inverse structure is always possible. On the contrary, it is seldom possible. For instance, in order to convert the cosmic helium atom directly to argon, the rotations in the two magnetic dimensions would have to be inverted simultaneously, and at the same time, the approximately 40 mass units required by the argon atom would have to be obtained from somewhere. The cosmic helium atom cannot meet these requirements, so at the end of the appropriate unit of time, when it must do something, it does what it can do. That is, it ejects a massless particle. This carries away some of the positive rotational displacement and moves the residual cosmic atom up the series of elements toward a higher cosmic atomic number, the equivalent of a lower material number. This process continues until the residual cosmic atom is C krypton, which is negative 3 dash negative 3 dash 0, each rotating system of which is equivalent to a neutron. Here the transformation requirements can be met, as the inversion of each rotation involves only a single effective unit, and no provision for addition of mass is necessary, since the product of the conversion is a massless neutron. The scalar directions of the C krypton motions therefore invert, and two massless neutrons take their places in the material system. The question then as to what then happens to these particles will be discussed later on. So basically, when a cosmic atom enters into the system, into the material system, it begins a decay process by moving up the cosmic periodic table until it gets to C krypton. Once it gets to C krypton, then it can convert to two massless neutrons. So these transitions occur incredibly quickly, on the order of a unit of time. And so what we see in this process is just kind of two massless neutrons appearing out of nowhere. And so that's what is the result of the decay process, is these two massless neutrons, which come from cosmic krypton after a different cosmic atom undergoes that process of going up the cosmic periodic table from wherever it was, which is usually cosmic hydrogen or cosmic helium, because those are the most abundant elements, cosmic elements. But it decays up to cosmic krypton, and then cosmic krypton converts to two massless neutrons. The general nature of the cosmic ray, it looks like we are actually about out of time. Try to stick these at around 22 minutes. And, this is difficult stuff again. Just keep your head up. Just let it wash over you. Think about it in the back of your mind. And tune in tomorrow, and we will go on further. Thanks for tuning in today, and have a great one.